Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Dungeon Boys. My name's Keith.
And I'm Josh playing Arlo.
Zenas playing Grim.
And my name is Brice, playing Jack Law.
And my name is Keith, and I'm your DM. This is Mediene Games, welcome. I know, I've said my name before. Zenas get the side eye. I decided I was going to say my name again because I didn't say I was the DM. I am the host of this show. Well, I guess we all host it. We're doing some collaborative storytelling. We're 20-something episodes in. We're approaching another recap episode. If you're just jumping in with us, please go check out our recap episodes. They're at episodes 10 and 20, around that mark. So if you're just jumping in, you can get caught up and then join us in the current episode. If not, if you want to just jump right in, you absolutely can do that. Follow us on Twitter at TakeMediaGames. And let's go ahead and get started. So we've got Arlo, the Druid, the Gnome Druid. We've got Grim, the human Aasimar type grave cleric. And we've got Jack Law, the rogue, warlocky, lizard, high elf, my man. All
Lizard? Did you say lizard?
Lizard.
You definitely said
Sure,
lizard.
whatever. Who's part lizard?
Like a third cousin who's a lizard.
All wizards are part lizard, and we're going to get started. Last week, the boys found a new character that they needed to help out in order to get a key from him. His name is Simon Treasure Taker, and he was looking for the Mask of Many Faces in order for them to get the key that they need before traveling to a faraway city to meet up with some of their compadres. Before getting that key, him giving that key to them, they needed to help him find the Mask of Many Faces. So they went, followed him to a ruined theater of old, and what they did there was they found a way to get a god, actually, to come speak with them. They placed an obsidian stone that they had found long ago, or at least it's black like obsidian. It's not made of obsidian. They placed it into a bowl, like an altar, at this ruined amphitheater, and then some crazy things started
Jesus
happening.
came out.
Yeah, not Gnome Jesus, but a gnome god. Garl Glittergold. Garl Glittergold came out. That's how it sounds.
We couldn't get Liam Neeson. We tried, so...
Yeah, he would play the gnome.
Yep.
He came out, and he was, kind of having some fun with you guys. He had some fun with Grim. He used Grim as kind of an audience participation thing for some entertainment, and then he showed you all a show. He showed you all kind of a brief, kind of spectral play. Really, each of you individually, the play all happened at the same time, but everyone saw something different. And that is where we're going to start tonight. The last thing that he said, he mentioned to you all, I believe he said that applause was in order, and he mentioned that all 5 of you saw a different program all at the same time. I may have said what I'm going to say now in the last episode, but I want to go ahead and start with Garl Glittergold speaking. Everybody cool with that?
Good.
You guys have just seen this fairly emotional, or at least what I hope to be emotional after it being translated from reality into this game world, hopefully emotional show. And now you're all standing there in front of the amphitheater, and you see nothing special. All you hear is Garl Glittergold's voice. And he says, "Now, I played the prima donna earlier, but I know why you're here. I'm a god after all. I can see what goes on most of the time. You're here to try to find my Mask of Many Faces, aren't you, dwarf?" And he looks to Simon Treasure Taker. He says, "And this is just a stop on the road for the rest of you, I suppose." And he looks at each of you, Arlo, Jack, Grim, and Burb. Burb is their Kinku companion. And
He's the real mastermind. I mean, let's not sugarcoat it.
he says, "Well, no matter where you're from or why you're here, you've come a long way and you've enjoyed the show, hopefully. But if you're trying to get into the green room where all the magic happens, you'll need to answer one question. You'll need to prove that you're a real thespian to get into my green room. What do you say?"
I'm sorry, I'm not a man of many words. What is a thespian?
"Oh, Arlo, I'm so glad you asked. A thespian is a lover of the theater.
Oh, thank goodness.
Someone who loves plays and performance and things that happen on the other side of the curtain that you're on."
Grim's hand shoots way up.
"Why are you raising your hand, bald one?"
I will do it.
Oh, it's a group thing. You can
Well-
all answer the question. I appreciate your
I was showing
giddiness.
enthusiasm.
I appreciate that,
I am a
Grim.
man of the arts.
A man of the arts, you
I don't
say.
participate, but I enjoy them.
On all of you.
You may be experiencing some of my spit through your earphones. Hearing that. Possibly already a thespian, eh? Very well. What about you, Simon? Whatever gets us inside the green room, I may have an answer for you. I am a bard after all. I tend to perform. Maybe I know a thing or two and can answer your trivia question. And Burb says, question. Or no, Burb says, come on, friend. Question! Also, it should be known that Burb may be donning a little bit more of this accent as you continue.
Oh no.
It's possible. We'll see.
Yeah, I'd be happy to give it a shot.
Wonderful. What about you, masked figure? You haven't said much.
Certainly, just ask your question.
I will do so in good time. You know, you cannot rush beauty, and you certainly cannot rush my performance. So, the question is thus.
Jack is still, sitting in the stands, kind of crouched up, because he's quite upset about what he saw.
Okay. Yeah. Quite upset. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me know that. If there are emotional things going on with your character that would be visible or whatever, or if you just want the audience to know, please be sure to let us know.
Grim's emotional state would not be visible. He's thinking on it, but he's not letting it affect him.
Sure. Okay.
He's
Arlo
got
is-
business.
Arlo is very neutral at this point because he enjoys what he saw, but he doesn't know because it doesn't quite jive
Yeah.
with his backstory. So he's like, wait,
Sure.
yeah.
It's not necessarily. Yeah, exactly. It could be either prophetic or the past or just something to entertain you. Who knows? So he says, all right, time for your question. What happens in the final scene of the famous comedy Paylor's Plight?
Can we roll to know?
You can.
Ooh.
Grim, being a man of the city, being a wealthy son of a wealthy person,
And
you will have advantage.
Patron Paylor is my patron.
Yes, you will have advantage on this roll. The rest of you will have to roll a history check.
What am I? History is
Yeah.
what we're rolling?
Nat 8.
Nice. Naturally, you rolled an 8 for real?
Wow. 14.
17
Nice.
and a 20.
Okay.
Wait, what? Naturally or?
Yeah, because
Bryce,
I have no
will it-
history. I have no
would it help you
intelligence
to,
is 10. So I rolled a 17 first and then a 20, and I was just like,
Likely not.
there we go.
Would it help you to
Nice.
know that Burb knows the answer to this question?
Look, I'm a broke boy. All I do is chop meat. That's what I do.
Burb absolutely does not know the question.
Burb was he was owned by a
That's
rich-ish
true.
man.
Yeah, he may have
so-
seen this. He may not remember. Anyway,
Arlo may have heard of it, but he has never seen such a performance.
so Arlo, yeah, you've never seen it, and you didn't quite make the difficulty class for that, but Grim, you certainly did. You know that in the last scene of the play, Paylor's Plight, that Paylor must sacrifice all that he knows and loves and holds dear to maintain his godhood in the end of that play. But also, you know that Paylor's Plight is certainly not a comedy. It's a tragedy.
Okay.
Well, comedy in the traditional sense.
So, do any of you have any of you thespians been to see Paylor's Plight before?
I kind of perk up a little bit.
Yeah.
Sir, I think you have it wrong. It's not a comedy, it's a tragedy.
You hear the pitter patter of a tiny hands clapping, a tiny god's
Oh,
hands.
those baby hands.
You hear, wonderful, absolutely, Grim, you're absolutely right. I knew that you all loved the theater. I knew it. You wouldn't have made it this far had you not.
Arlo is visibly scratching his head in wonder.
Absolutely, Paylor's Plight is no more a comedy than any of your lives. All of you are fairly tragic as well. So was Paylor's Plight.
Incidentally, sir, it was my favorite play as a child.
I'm glad to hear it. So what happens in the final act?
He must sacrifice everything to maintain his role in the universe, his godhood.
Oh, wonderful, Grim. Absolutely. You have seen the play. Well, I didn't know whether you know the answer or not, and I certainly wasn't letting you in without it. But now that you've answered my
The
question,
dwarf is not with us.
No, he's with you.
No.
I'd like for him to come in as well. You would not be here without Simon, treasure taker. Isn't that right, Simon? Simon says, "Oh, absolutely. Of course you couldn't go in without me. I'm the one who let you here." And Garl Glittergold says, "Yes, wonderful. Everyone, please step on stage."
I do it.
Arlo hops up onto the stage.
Stands up and strides over.
Okay.
Arlo, being a short person along with Burb, he's reaching out to help Burb up on the stage too.
Jack
Jack.
appears to have collected himself. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No,
I
I
did
don't.
not mean to do this.
No apologize.
You're good. As we're walking up, like Grim's kind of getting a bit happier, and I pat Jack on the back and just kind of hold my hand like there as a friend thing.
Pat Jack on the back.
Nice. One bond to the two of you. As you grab Burb's hand to come up, Burb says, "Friend." As a single tear rolls down his cheek, or his little bird face, he says, "Arlo, what show mean?"
I'm not real sure, Burb. I've never been good at these kind of things.
He holds your hand as he steps. He says, "Burb's sad."
Well,
And
Burb, sometimes these things happen, but just remember, this is a performance. It ain't real.
The show happened all at the same time for all of us, right? Okay.
yeah, you don't technically know that everyone saw something different. Well, he did say 5 different ones at 5 different times, so
Yeah.
the rest of you probably understand. Burb may or may not. He says, "Oh, okay. Come on, friend."
Yeah,
He
come on, friend.
goes and strides forward ahead of you, trying to get to the front of the pack. As you get up there, you hear the creaking and the grinding of stone as this stone curtain at the back of the amphitheater, a crack appears in the center of it, and it slides apart just wide enough for about a door's width. And you hear it like echoing down the cave. "Well, what are you waiting for? Come on into the green room."
I bounce on through to the other side.
Arlo says nothing, but he's very excited that there's a room of greenness.
Okay. Oh yeah, you would be excited for a green room.
I walk
Okay.
towards that room.
Cool. Simon jumps to the front of the pack. He jumps right in there, and he's, "Oh, wonderful! Thank you so much, fellows. I'm so glad that you have allowed us to get in here to this thing. We'll be out of here with the Mask of Many Faces very quickly, and you will be on your way with your key. Do not worry." And he, strides in there with his dwarfiness, trying to get down to the end of the cave, or the hallway. So you guys are in this kind of hallway. The stone has split apart, and this hallway, it looks like the whole thing split. And it is very, very, very deep. You're cruising back into this amphitheater. You guys walk for a little while. It's very dark, but as you walk above you and on the floor, kind of like the lights for a theater, like a movie theater, they begin to light up in the floor. Like these little tiny black rocks begin to light up the floor as you walk through.
I was just about to say, like, Grim touches the stone on his tie to cast light on it. So it's just his fingers like right there, and then it lights up, and he's just like, "Oh, okay." Puts his hand back down.
They begin lighting up. You guys walk into, and as you get to the end of the hallway, it's not too terribly long, but it's fairly good ways. You get into this big circular room. It is probably a couple 100 feet across. It's a very large circular room. It's a big dome. On the ceiling, you can see great round rocks, kind of like the ones on the floor, that are illuminating it almost with spotlights. And they kind of slowly move to illuminate the whole room. And what you see in this room, at the very center of the room, you see a giant wooden wardrobe. A big, wardrobe, a big armoire in the center of the room, and around the edge of the room you see several other great giant wardrobes, 8 of them, that circle the room on the wall, equidistant from one another. They're all wooden, but they're all painted this jet black
How many?
color. There are 8. There are 8 around the edge, and there's one much bigger one in the middle.
Gotcha.
But all of them wooden?
All of them, yes, they seem to be wooden, but they are the blackest wood you have ever seen. They are the deepest black wood that you have ever witnessed. And yes, in the center is the one that's larger than the rest, and you hear the voice of Garl Glittergold again. Welcome to the green room, fellows. As you can see, this is where I keep my costumes. All the costumes I've collected over the millennia of my existence reside here in this secret cave. Well, at least when I want them to.
Mr. Glittergold,
Yes, Arlo.
where's all the green?
You thought it was going to be a room that was green, didn't you?
Well, why you call it a green room?
It's a theater thing. It's it's the room you go in before, the green light is lit on the show. I don't know if that's why they call it that, but it seems to make sense to me.
I don't know about all that.
I'm gonna walk toward the nearest wardrobe.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to one on the side, just like the closest one to the
Okay,
side.
you guys are walking. Jack, what are you doing?
I'm gonna stay where I am, just like sort of at the entrance to this room.
Yeah. Burb is kind of like following Arlo after that kind of heartfelt exchange they had. He's kind of sticking with somebody who seems to sort of know what's going on. Simon,
Bert, do you see any plants around here? He said it was green.
Burb, not see any green, friend.
Keep eye out.
Looking for green. Simon sprints toward the large wardrobe in the middle.
Isn't Burb more grumbly than that? Like, come on, friend.
Well,
Yeah.
he mimics the voice he heard.
Yeah, he mimics Arlo. I've being with you, he's learned a lot of words, so I'm kind of canonizing it as he's coming into his own voice a little bit, his own birdie kind of voice. Some stuff he's gonna, maintain accents on, but some stuff he can, kind of laconically get out word by word with his own little voice.
Gotcha.
He's learning from you.
Some voices he may have picked up in a secret side quest.
It's possible. Simon sprints to the wardrobe in the middle. Like, he sprints there like he owns the place. He runs over and he says, "All right, everyone, we've made it to the green room, and we're going to be finding. I'll just reach in here, grab the mask. We'll be on our way. Thank you, Garl. We appreciate it." And he goes to grab the handles on the giant wardrobe in the middle, and he yanks on it, and the wardrobe doesn't move at all. The doors don't move. He looks like an ant trying to lift up a 30-ton rock. Like, it's not moving. There's nothing happening there. And he gets frustrated. He says, "What? Garl Glittergold, what is going on here? We've passed your test. Give us the mask." And Garl says, hold your horses, Mr. Treasure Taker. We're not quite done yet. I just let you in the green room. There are other tests you have to pass. You have to play my games before you get the mask. After all, it's been quite a few hundred years since my last, interaction with all of you. That's the last fun I've had since my last performance.
All of us? Specifically, or mankind? And dwarven kind, and elf kind, and all the other kinds of things there are.
I'm sorry, Grim, what do you mean?
Didn't you say since I've last performed with all of you? Or something like that?
Oh, excuse me. Just since I've last performed. I don't know. I've gotten excited because it's been a while since my last performance. I've never performed with you all. Of course, that would be absurd. You never remember that. And I certainly don't remember doing anything like that either. So, here it is.
Burp, we're gonna find the green first. I know it.
Burb, Nazi, and green.
Are we going to the same one? Wardrobe?
I went to the one on the side.
I think y'all went to different ones.
Okay.
Right and left.
I was just going to whichever one was closest.
That'll work.
Okay, yeah. There's one kind of equidistant right and left from the door.
Cool. Round room. I went to the one in the corner.
Well, that's what I was expecting, but then the wording, I didn't know if we had...
Sorry. Also,
We're good.
it would be absolutely no fun if I just gave you the mask. I'm here to have a little bit of fun. I certainly don't need this mask. I'm happy to give it to you, but you've got to prove to me that you can use it. So we're going to play a little game.
All right. What we got to do?
Well, one of you, please step forward to the wardrobe in the center.
Arlo goes.
All right, Arlo's first. He's the first
Shuffles
to call
up there
out.
with the little gnome legs.
Okay, Burb goes to go with you, and Garl says, "Oh no, Burb, you must. This is an individual test. You'll get your. I'm not going to make. You can just watch. Don't worry, Burb. You don't have much of a dog in this fight, I don't believe. But if you insist, maybe you can participate later. It's a one-on-one type of thing, Arlo. Are you ready?"
Yeah, but internally Arlo is like, I don't see a dog either.
Okay.
Arlo is very confused by this whole theater thing.
Sure.
He's never been to the theater.
So he says, "Oh no, come along," and you get to the middle wardrobe, and he says, "What I need you to do is choose one of my lovely wardrobes from around the. Just point to it. Just choose one of my lovely wardrobes from around the room."
I was just at that one. How about that one over there?
Okay, we'll go with clockwise to decide. Okay, so that wardrobe, when you choose it, it kind of begins to glow as if it were the objective in a video game. And it levitates and comes and floats over to the center wardrobe close by. And it kind of lines itself up with the center wardrobe. So if you're facing the center wardrobe and the doors were facing you, between you and the wardrobe now is this other smaller wardrobe.
Okay, like still facing me?
It's facing you, yes.
Okay, so both are facing.
Both are facing you.
Big giant one, regular size one,
and
me.
then you. Absolutely, yes. And so Garl Glittergold says, "Now, you have to be able to prove that you can use my mask. So there will be a sort of performance involved. Out of this wardrobe will pop someone or something. You will find yourself looking very similar to that someone or something. You must then convince me that you have the capacity to pretend to be that someone or something. Now, if you succeed, you have succeeded, and you've passed my little game. If you fail, and they find you out, there may be some consequences."
Alright, so I got to pretend to be whatever comes out of that?
Absolutely, you have to put on your acting hat and pretend to be. Convince them that you're one of them.
Alright.
I'm very expressive with the way I'm talking, but you can't see the person.
It carries through voice.
Yeah,
It does.
okay, good.
Does Arlo's confusion carry?
I think you sound confused.
Excellent. Normal Arlo.
Okay, so when your wardrobe appears, out of it step two burly-looking men. They have stringy black beards.
Oh, Arlo's gonna fit right in.
they have stringy black beards, and their mustaches are braided coming down their face. They each have on do-rags, and they have these very matted down hair. One of them has a peg leg, and they're each holding scimitars, and one of them has an eye patch. And the first thing you hear whenever they step out of the wardrobe is, "Arr, matey! Who are you?"
Oh, my name is Arlo!
You're going to have to roll a performance check, but we can RP it however you want.
Let's do
It
it.
says, "Army matey, we're not very convinced at what you might be. You have to prove to us that you're one of us if you're going to get on our pirate ship."
Alright, fine. What do I have to do?
Arlo, when you look down at yourself, you notice that you have grown to be much taller than you were.
Arlo likes this game.
You have matched the height. I know I put down their character sheets somewhere, but maybe I didn't.
Go get the neighbors. I want them to see this.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. What was your question?
What do I have to do to convince you?
I was describing how you look. You look very similar to them. You also have a peg leg. You're also wearing an eye patch. You have a scimitar now.
Arlo was feeling fortunate, but now not so
Yeah.
much.
But you look very similar to them, and you can react however you want, and you all are looking on as this is happening. And he says, "I don't know. You do a little pirate jig for us. Sing us one of our songs."
A jig. All right, I'll dance a jig. I'm not a good singer though.
Okay, roll a performance check while you do this for me.
All right, here we go. 11.
That will not succeed.
Oh man, what's the peg leg? It threw me off.
Okay, so what do you do? Give me some RP
I'm
of what
6
you
foot
do
tall, but now I'm 1 foot short.
to try to convince us.
I guess I'm trying to dance as best I can with a peg leg. I imagine there's a lot of spinning and flailing around involved with this.
Arr, I don't know. We're not convinced. You seem to be new here. How about this? I'll give you one more opportunity because you look very piratey. Tell me one of your best pirate stories where you took some booty or whether you shivved a man.
What? all right. So I'm gotta tell him a story now.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I need you to again roll a performance
Okay,
check while
alright.
you're doing it.
All right. Oh crap. 12.
Okay. Tell a story.
There was this one time we went out to sea and we stayed out for years upon ends. We managed to find an island way beyond the horizon. No one's ever heard of it. And we returned from there, but we forgot where it was. Oh wait, no. We remembered where it was, and then I drew this map, but I lost the map. And well, you've had those days too. But anyway, I had many adventures there, and one of them involved a coconut, and his name was Wilson.
Oh, what a story! Oh my goodness! You need not tell anymore. What a wonderful tale! I believe every word of it. Welcome aboard.
What'd he roll on that?
He rolled a net one, me matey.
I feel like that through that whole thing, you should have been saying Morty a lot because that was your ring voice.
Oh man, it's
Morty,
hard to do.
I was trapped on an island, Morty. There was nothing but coconuts.
Arlo, who has grown and is now a pirate, but has lost a leg.
So the pirates say,
Listen, Morty, I don't know.
the pirates say, welcome aboard to our ship. What's your name?
Oh, my name's Morty. No, I'm just kidding. My name is Arlo. I already told you that before.
Oh, we're pirates. I'm Drumcunderum. We'll see you on board.
Sounds good. I'm already there. Yeah.
Okay, well, the two pirates turn around, and they step back into the wardrobe that they just appeared from, and the door is shut behind them.
And Arlo goes,
And as you exhale and your head falls like to your chest, you're like the momentum of that carries you down 3 or 4 feet or however far it is to your regular height, and
there's a little deflating balloon noise.
you become regular size Arlo again, and Burb. You can hear clapping, Burb's hands clapping from the background.
Does Arlo have both eyes and both legs now?
Yeah, you're back to normal.
Arlo goes into a happy dance.
Garl says, and you ought to be dancing, Arlo. What a performance! I thought they had you in the first half, but you really turned it around. Some of the participants in our game are a little bit more forgiving. Some not so much.
I knew I could do it, matey. Wait a minute.
That's a good accent on you, Arlo. You ought to consider keeping it.
Garlo.
Garlo. The Christmas version. Garlo. Anyway.
See, I had you fooled there for a minute.
Okay, Arlo, it was wonderfully entertaining. Fine, very, very good.
Well, when do I get the mask?
You all have to play the game, Arlo. It's been hundreds of years. Let me have my fun, please.
All right, but listen, I'm just letting you know, you're a gnome god. I'm a gnome. I mean, it fits my face. I'm just saying.
If a disembodied voice could come closer to you and whisper, it would come closer to you and whisper, I know we are in a little kinship here, but I can't show favoritism. I know. Back to the game.
All right, back to the game.
He says, all right, who's next?
Arlo's just like winking to everything in the room.
I'll do it.
Simon, while you say that, says, oh, that looks easy. I'll do it. And he tries to push past you and go forward. Do you allow that? That was a bad voice for him. That looks easy. I'll go for it.
I want to let him go, but I'm going to slap the back of his head as he does it.
Okay.
Good luck.
Do I roll for that?
Go to
you don't need to know. You smack him in the back of the head. I don't think it causes him any pain unless if you want to cause him actual damage.
Just, no.
Okay.
I just want to just kind of like stop and whack.
You smack him in the back of the head and he turns it around and he gives you a grimace and he says, under his breath as he walks forward, I can't wait to be rid of these fools.
Mm-hmm.
And
Can Arlo roll to hear that?
Sure. If you want to hear that roll, he's definitely talking to himself.
I rolled.
That's an 8 perception.
I rolled a 27.
I rolled 21.
How did you roll not a 20 and get a 27?
I did the math right. Plus 9.
Good grief.
Yeah,
To
dude.
perception.
Wisdom's my thing.
All right.
I got 21.
21. Okay.
I'm not so good with the wise
Yeah,
gnome.
the two of you hear him under his breath saying, I can't wait to be rid of them.
I cross my arms and just kind of glare at him.
Okay.
Ooh, does Burb hear? Does Burb repeat
Burb
it?
hears all.
Burb is not paying attention to that. Burb is just very impressed with what went on earlier.
Don't want Burb picking up the wrong
We're
word.
still clapping.
Yeah, whenever you come back over there, he says...
Truth has been. Come on, friend.
Yeah, he says... he does say, Ooh, come on, friend. Lesbian.
Woo!
When did you get back over there?
Bird, you remember how to talk like them pirates sometime, okay?
He says... yeah, he goes, R.
Grows a peg leg.
Simon walks over there and he chooses a wardrobe. He points kind of across the room, and he chooses. Let's see. I guess I can't. It's hard to randomize your own choices whenever you know the results of those choices. He chooses.
You have 8 of them. Why don't you roll a d8?
I should do that because there's like choice involved. That'll work. So he points to the wardrobe that's right behind Grim, because Grim went to the one on the right, and he points to the one right behind Grim. So the wardrobe kind of goes to push past you, Grim.
Do you think?
Let it for a little bit and then just roll out of the way.
Okay. Yeah, it's not like fast or anything.
I'm just the whole time I'm like glaring at Simon, and then as it pushes me, I just kind of like step forward a little bit and grunt, and then just roll out of the way and resume my glare.
Okay. So that wardrobe slides over that direction. It appears before Simon. The same, song and dance occurs. Garl says, "All right, Simon, since you're so good at performing and doing all that you claim to do, it's your turn. Here we go." The wardrobe opens up. And out steps 2 tall, slender, very wealthily adorned elves. They are very wizardy looking. They're very mage looking. And before your very eyes, you see Simon transform from being a short, stout dwarf with a violin, I think, on his back and a sword on his hip, to rising up and being an elf with a wand. And whenever they come out of the wardrobe, they say, "Ah, hello. Who might you be?" And Simon says, "Well, of course I'm a mage like you. I'm a mage just like you. I'm like you. I'm, of course, you." And the 2 mages try to figure out, oh bother. Well, not really, because Simon, it doesn't matter what the rules are. Excuse me, I shouldn't reveal like good and bad rules, poker face style. But no matter what Simon says, these guys tend to eat it up. He's a barley man.
Before no one laughed.
Oh. I laughed on the inside.
It is humorous. I feel like what I said about the dice is somehow making people think that I rolled something, I didn't like the way it turned out, so I changed it. That's not the case. I just reacted to good rolls, bad
Keith is
rolls.
a very expressive man.
I'm expressive.
He cannot hide it.
I cannot hide it. I'm expressive about the different dice rolls. I don't want anybody to think there's any dishonest DMing going on back here, because even I have no poker face even through audio.
There's not. We have a team of experts overseeing the whole thing.
So
that'd be Josh.
Simon, of course, rolled to persuade them. They rolled to see if they got it or not. They did not. Simon's performance pretty much saying, "Oh, I'm an elf like you, and I do wizarding just like you. See, look at this." And he waves his wand, and they're like, "Ooh, that's very cool. I'm very happy to see them. Wonderful. Come with us."
I think you might be me.
And so it's very quick. Simon obviously is good at something, because the 2 mages, they turn around, they step back in the wardrobe, and the wardrobe, goes back over there, and Garl says, "I'm not going to lie. If there was one person I had hoped failed, it would be you, Simon. You haven't done anything else so far all day." And Simon looks up and he says, "Well, I've hired these men to help me out, so why should I have to do any of the work?" And he steps over back to the side of the room. Garl Glittergold responds by saying, "We'll see." And he says, "Well, who is next? Anyone step forward? Come along.
Well, if the dwarf is done, I'll go."
Arlo's kind of scratching his chin like, dang, he was good.
Well, come along, Grim. Come, join us.
I step up, yeah.
Jack, what are you doing while all this is happening? Are you sitting and staring?
I'm gonna approach one of the wardrobes now because I assume my turn is coming soon since I'm the only one left. I'm gonna go up to like whatever's like in the middle of the back of the room.
You walk through the door in the back of the room. So essentially, it would be like 4 on each side. There's not one at 12 o'clock.
Oh yeah, because there's 8.
there's 8.
Okay, then I'll go to the one that's left at 12 o'clock.
Left at 12 o'clock. Okay. So you'll be kind of looking through this or at the back of the wardrobe while Grim is standing in front of it currently. So Grim, you step up. Okay, Grim, you did well in your first challenge. Now, why don't you try this one? What wardrobe would you like?
I like spin around and just kind of think a bit, and then I just throw my arm out while looking in a different direction from it. Just like I'm trying to. If you were to look at this, it is Grim is trying to look at Garl Glittergold, but just like throwing his arm in a different direction.
Okay.
Maintaining eye contact.
All right, you can't take the one that's
But I don't want to. Well, whatever, doesn't matter.
You don't
No,
want.
just do it.
I'm just randomizing what you pick, unless you want to roll the d8.
No, I just don't want to pick the one that Jack went to.
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
avoiding that one.
You didn't. So you point over to your left, actually. And you point at the third one counterclockwise. And
That's what I mean.
All right, and the wardrobe comes over and stops in front of you. This wardrobe actually, whenever it stops in front of you, grows in size a little bit.
Grim steps out.
It gets a little bit bigger.
This is going to be fun. I might die.
It gets a little bit bigger,
Danger.
and then stepping out of that wardrobe,
John Goodman.
not John Goodman, but his D&D equivalent, a troll.
Hey.
A troll steps out of it.
Just lost one listener.
Yeah.
It was John Goodman.
John Goodman's not listening. I love John Goodman. I'm just kidding.
He's a good actor.
John Goodman is the man.
Come back, J-Boy. That's what we call each other.
John Goodman, if you are listening and want to be a special guest on the podcast, please let us know.
Absolutely.
We'd be happy to have you.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna title this one. Sorry, John. Sorry, John Goodman. So a troll steps out.
What do it look like?
John Goodman, no.
It's a big old burly boy, very trollish, kind of like the ones from Lord of the Rings. He's
like
got
a cave troll?
Yeah, kind of like a cave troll. He's got the loincloth, the big leather loincloth situation. He's just standing there with his big claws and his his big, just meaty body. His skin is kind of grayish, and he's got stringy, hair coming off his head. And you hear him with a bellowing voice say, "Hello there, who are you?"
Arlo couldn't pass this one.
And Grim, when you notice, you are eye level with this troll. You look very similar. You are bald. Whatever stringy hair you have is coming off your chin. You have big old, meaty troll arms and everything, and you also have kind of like a chest leather strap as well as a loincloth.
Cool, man.
Roll it up if you.
And then he changed appearance to look like a troll.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
What do you do to try to convince this troll?
It kind of landed between numbers because it bounced
Roll
out of the
again.
thing. Okay.
Lucky you.
Oh.
It was either a 1 or a 7 or a 19.
Dude.
I can take a 7 if you want.
No, it's okay. No, it's fine.
Well, technically it's a 17. I got a -2 charisma.
Okay.
Orog's my name.
Oh, that's a good name, Orog.
Thanks.
My name is Gorog.
Gorog. I gotta like playfully jab him in the jaw.
When you do that, he says, "Oh, why you come in here and box me in me jaw?"
It's a sign of greeting in the south.
Not where I come from. Please roll again.
Arlo wants to get in.
Come back. Must be from the north. I got a 5.
Okay.
Well, I got a 3.
Oh, that's not very good. But he also has he also has a minus, so he got like a 6, and he rolled an 8. Oh, there ain't no trolls in the south, you imposter.
Can I like push him back into the wardrobe real quick?
You definitely can roll initiative to do that. But sadly enough, whenever I was gonna give it to you, but you went for the punch in the jaw, and I had to ask for the second roll, and he is no longer convinced of your trollness. So, Garl, you hear over the loudspeaker say, "Uh-oh! Looks like there's gonna be some consequences for this one. Grim, sorry about you not being a troll anymore." And then, like, you hear a snap, and then you turn back into your grim self. You're no longer a troll. As you're about to push the troll, try to push him back into the wardrobe. So now roll initiative for me, boys or just not boys and girls, just Grim. This is going to be the story of Grim's combat these couple episodes.
If we wanna jump in to help our buddy Grim, is that something
You can certainly try.
Okay.
You should have just smiled and laughed, boy.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, while you're saying that, you hear Garl say, "You just had to punch him in the face, didn't you?"
I was trying to be friendly. Trolls are brutes.
That was
What you say?
that was just Dory trying to talk to a whale the whole time.
Yeah, it was. Also, if you're listening, please email us and tell us at tankmediagames@gmail.com how annoying that was. I had a great time doing it.
Oh, that was awesome.
It was fun.
I'm really,
Grim, punch him again.
I'm really happy with the match of accents.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jack, from the other side of the wardrobe, you saw a giant troll, a big troll, like step out of it. You saw like the side of his arms and his head, and you heard this whole conversation, and you saw Grim turn into a troll, then back into himself from where you're at.
Can we assist him, or is this?
You can certainly try.
Okay. Should I roll initiative or just?
Oh yeah, if you want to, you can roll.
My idea is that as he tries to push him into the thing, I want to like run up and try and like add a kick into the troll's face to help him push him back.
You're gonna be a little bit far to do that in this one turn.
I imagine like the push was before initiative. Just I transform and then hit, and it's like, oh.
Sure, yeah, you can. I'm happy to do that because this is what happens when you pushed him into the wardrobe. You tried to push him, and like it's as if there's a field in where he came out from, and he just kind of bounces off the void and comes back, and then the doors of the wardrobe shut. And then, of course, the troll says, "Not today!"
Okay.
And now it's time for combat.
I got a 2 for initiative.
A 2?
Yeah, man.
Dang, you really pumped it into perception.
Yeah, I did.
Jack, Arlo.
Huh? Oh.
Oh yeah, okay. 11.
16.
How
How you liking that sweet and low coffee, Keith?
I don't know if it's the cups in this thing or not, but there's a taste, and it's not the best. The coffee's fine.
That's the power pack taste of sweet and low.
Oh, this podcast brought to you by Duke's Barbecue, not a sponsor. We didn't say
One
that at the
day
beginning.
they will be a sponsor.
We didn't say that at the beginning, but we did now. We're just doing initiative here. Okay. Sorry, folks. Whenever you start combat, sometimes things can get a little bit dry, but that's all right.
Duke's Barbecue, everyone. You can beat our prices, but you can't beat our meat.
Brice. I have to edit. It's not you who has to edit. It's me.
Yeah, writing down that time.
Why do you need to edit it?
I'm just kidding.
What's wrong? What's the
Nothing's
matter?
wrong. Brice, you put me into an ethical conundrum because if I acknowledge what's wrong, then I become the nasty boy, and it's not you. Okay, so to start off our initiative is the troll.
Yay.
The troll.
Real quick, how far are the rest of us from the scene across?
200 feet. Good luck.
No, you're not that far. You're not that far. I'd say you and Jack are probably. I said a couple hundred feet. Might have been an exaggeration. You guys are probably about 50 feet away. Each of you at the the outside edge of the circle.
That'll wait.
Okay, so it's the troll's turn. He's going to start Grim. He's going to bend down. He's going to try to bite you. Then he's going to try to claw you.
Go ahead.
What's your AC? No, does a 9 beat your AC?
Nope.
Will a 21 beat your AC?
Yep.
Okay. Doodly doodly. So he goes in for the bite and he misses. But he is going to get you for 11 damage with the claw. So he goes down and he says, "You pushed me for the last time."
I want to like dodge out of the way and just like slap his cheek.
Oh! And after you do that, he brings down his big troll claw. and swipes at your belly with his claw, and he gets something that gives you the 11 damage. Got you! Now it would be Simon's turn. Simon does his best to press himself behind a wardrobe, like right on the edge of it, and do his best to hide, which he will succeed at hiding. I believe from all of your passive perceptions, so you kind of no longer see Simon. He presses himself away. What's your passive perception?
19.
Yeah, no. So yes, you do see him. You see him hide. The rest of you, I don't believe.
How tall is this troll?
He's a large giant. So what? That's 10 feet. 12 feet. 15.
9 to 15 feet.
Okay, we'll call him 12 feet tall. Big boy.
Gotcha.
So if you're punching something, it might be his genitals. Just kidding.
There's going to be editing in this one.
No, there's no editing. It's clean. It's uncut, baby. This is the cleanest D&D podcast you'll find on the web.
That is true.
Also the 100th best. That's not true. Probably 1,000. So, Jack, it's your turn, sir.
Oh, I'm going to run. Hey, how far away am I? You said the room?
50 feet.
Oh, okay. Then that means I have to run and then dash to make it to this fellow.
Okay. So you're going to take dash as a
bonus action.
Nice.
And then can I like jump and try and hit his face? Can I make like a running jump?
I would add a roll. I'm going to add an acrobatics roll for that.
I might do that.
If you want to, well, it'd be athletics roll for you to jump,
I'm
and
not
then
alright with that.
roll attack, roll the jump first. If you're definitely going for the jump, if you'd rather punch his face than his legs or whatever, roll for the jump, and then we'll see if you get the opportunity to attack when you jump up there.
Athletics?
Yep.
Darn it, it's 14.
I'm gonna say you can jump. You can jump up there.
I have a plus 10 to acrobatics.
No, you do not. I'll say you're able to like kind of vault off his knee and get close to his face. Now roll to attack.
All right. This is gonna be the whiff right here. It's a 16.
Nope, that's gonna be a hit.
Wait. Also, it's plus other stuff.
That's gonna be a hit. Doesn't matter.
Sweet.
All right. So Jack runs and vaults off the knee. I don't know if that's rule worthy for us to do a jump like that because he's already dashed into his face, but we'll take it for now.
It's a cool move.
Does it feel assaulting to anyone for the rules?
No.
Okay.
It
Sounds good.
doesn't deal any more damage
Yeah,
whenever I hit higher up.
It really just gave you less of a worse chance to hit him because you had to go through another obstacle.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm not giving you a bonus for a face hit.
Yeah. All right. So there's that. Oh, also I'm doing booming blade.
Booming blade. So you jump up and vault off of his knee as you fly through the air. You going for the cheek, forehead, neck? What are we doing?
I was thinking like eyes, face, just slash across the face.
Okay, so you slash across his face and you cut across the bridge of his nose and down underneath his right eye, or his left eye. So there's a big gash across his face and his blue blood leaks out. In my world, trolls bleed blue.
Happens.
Lore.
So it's 23.
So 23 damage on the troll into the face. Not bad, not bad. You splash across his face. His blue blood spurts across his face. He says, "Oh, where you come from?"
I don't respond.
Yep, I know. And you land. It is now Arlo's turn.
Okay. I'm still on the sidelines, kind of over there in the Burbish area, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I am not going to run into battle. I am going to do a conjure animals. I'm just going to send 2 direwolves that way.
Okay.
Arlo is a stumpy guy. He doesn't have a lot
with
of
a
speed.
spear gun.
So yeah, I'm gonna send 2 direwolves that way, and I'm gonna see if I can kind of bite him, but kind of like at the same time, I'm trying to maneuver him towards the door. If that makes sense. I don't know.
The door?
Or towards because we're trying to get him back into the thing, right?
The door's closed.
Yeah, he just
closed?
The wardrobe just closed. So
Alright,
at the very
cool.
beginning of combat, Grim pushed him. He kind of bounced off the void of the wardrobe, and then the door shut.
Got it. Okay, so I'm just going for attack then.
Okay.
Right.
So you cast a spell, right? You summoned
Right.
2 direwolves.
2
That's-
direwolves.
That's not an action.
Yeah, I cast a spell.
Okay, but can you send them to attack with the action or with this turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean they just popped into existence. So
Okay, and then you control them.
yep, I give them a verbal command, and then they do that to the best of their ability. So
Okay. I just want to make sure that's all in the same turn.
yep.
Okay.
Because I summon them, and then they have their own turn, which
Okay.
is like
Gotcha.
my turn.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So they're now entering into combat. I'm gonna hang out by Burb, but I'm gonna tell these 2, hey, go see if you can help our friends.
Okay.
And it was a 21 to hit
For one of them.
for a bite. Yep.
That'll hit.
With advantage because they're both up attacking. Pack tactics.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see if I don't get a 20.
Are you using conjure animals?
Mhm.
You got to roll initiative for them.
To put them into the order.
I figured they would just take my turn.
It says the summoned creatures are friendly to you and your companions. Roll initiative for the summoned creatures as a group, which has its own turns.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
After this turn, we'll roll initiative or roll an initiative for me, and I'll put that's where they'll be in the next turn, unless they end up being
Even more powerful.
Okay. So that works.
so you just want to wait until we get there, or
No, yeah. Let's wait until we get there if you don't mind.
Okay.
We'll keep those rolls for the attacks just since we didn't know that till before you made them. We'll say
Okay.
1 hits. What was the second roll?
well, it was with advantage. I rolled a 21 and a 10.
That was on 1 attack.
Right.
Okay, so we'll keep. So one of your wolves hit, and we'll just roll the next attack in a minute.
Yeah. So we'll just say that in this time they're covering the distance. How's that?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
They're going the distance.
They're going for speed.
He's all alone in time of need. Burb's turn.
Burb.
Burb has a crossbow, does he not?
Save us, Burb.
Burb does have a crossbow, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I think
so.
he does.
He
Burb
Jack gave
says.
him a crossbow.
Burb pulls out his crossbow and says, "Burb, thespian." And then he fires a crossbow bolt at the troll. Fling! And what is the damage of a crossbow? Because he hits.
I think it's a
Don't
D6.
It's on that pebble right there.
What'd you say, D6?
I think it's a D6.
It probably is. I think
it
I'm
is.
happy with the D6.
So
Burb
2 seconds.
shoots an arrow into the knee of the troll, and it does very little damage.
Wait.
What?
Which type of crossbow is it?
It's
Light
the smallest
crossbow.
one.
A light crossbow? It's D8. Well, a hand crossbow is a D6, but if it's a light crossbow, it's D8.
It's this was whatever you had, right?
Yeah.
So it was a light crossbow then.
Yeah.
D8.
All right.
D8.
Yep. D8 then. I'll re-roll damage. Lucky Burb.
Lucky Burb, you.
Okay, so the arrow goes into the troll's knee. He says, "What is that wasp in here?" When the arrow goes in. And now, Grim, it is your turn.
Arlo just like smacks Burb on the back. Good job, Burb.
Come on, friend.
I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Nice.
A shimmering field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice within range, granting it a +2 bonus to AC for the duration. That's me.
Cool.
It is a bonus action. And then I'm going to smack at this
Wasn't it
man.
Wolfie's turn?
Nope, Grim, then the wolves.
Okay.
Will a 14 hit?
It will not.
Okay.
What were you doing?
Trying to punch him.
Punch him.
Will a 24 hit?
Yes, it certainly will.
That is 11 damage. I'm aiming for his right kneecap.
All right, so you do 11 damage to his right kneecap. You hit it and his knee kind of wobbles a little bit. Not so much that he seems unsteady, but like that was a pretty big hit on his knee.
Does the necrotic damage do anything to him?
Special.
Does it like Does it affect him? Is
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
asking.
You punch his knee and it begins to eat into his knee, the necrotic damage, and he says, "Oh, that burns! It burns!"
Cool.
Now, Wolf,
Football injury.
you have one wolf that has already attacked and has already succeeded. Roll damage for that one.
Okay. We'll say number 1's going to the left leg, number 2's going to the right leg.
Sounds good.
So rolling damage.
What's their speed? How far can they move?
50.
Okay, and there you go.
Yeah, they just made it. 19 plus 3 on the... Oh, no.
Roll damage for me.
Yeah,
for that
2d6. Okay. 5, 2, so 7 plus 3.
Okay.
We got 10 damage
Okay.
with a bite, and then the second one.
Yeah, roll to hit.
That's a nat 20.
All right, good gravy. There you go.
No need to roll advantage on that. So
Nope.
4, 3, 1, and 2. What was that? 4, 3,
10.
1, 2. We got 5. Yeah, 10. 10 plus 3, 13.
13. All right.
Boom.
So the two wolves come in, each biting at his ankles. They rip big hunks of flesh out of the troll's thing. While all this is happening, Garl says, "Ooh, you are very effective in combat. Well done. Ooh, it's so exciting. I love a good show." And the troll says, "Oh, this hurts so bad. Why me?" And now it's the troll's turn.
Arlo looks very pleased, but at the same time, he's a little confused.
Whenever the troll, whenever like his turn returns, there's a little bit of vigor that seems to be restored to the troll. Like the wound on his knee and the 2 wounds from his legs that were just put there by Burb and the 2 wolves seem to heal up. Blood stops leaking down his legs right there, and he kind of stands up a little bit straighter. He says, "I'll get you all. I'll put you all in the ground. I will." And the troll again is going to... Who's nearby? Jack and Grim. The troll is going to look to Jack. I think I just belched.
You did. We all heard it.
The troll is going to look to Jack with his mouth. He's going to lean down and go, "I'm gonna bite you, boy." I got no good rolls today, folks. That's going to be... what's your AC? I rolled a 13.
That would not do.
Alright, so the troll reaches down to bite. He tries to grab at you, and you're able to get out of the way of his mouth real quickly. And then he's going to go for another set of claws on the Grimlet. Will a 17 hit your AC?
Just barely.
Alright, he's going to hit you with his bite. His claw for 6 and
Barely.
for 12 damage.
Burn it, Grim.
"I got you again, you bold, nasty little monster!"
He's kind of described himself there.
A little bit. But he's not little.
But he's not. Well, compared.
It is Simon's turn again. He does nothing. He continues to hide. That means it's Jack's turn.
Does he do nothing well?
He hasn't. I don't think he has to re-roll stealth to keep hiding. Nobody's looking for him yet.
That is true.
Okay, I'm just gonna cleaver that other knee that Grim did not punch before.
Nice.
I believe that's the right one.
Sure. What did you do?
11.
Alright, 11 will not hit. So you go for the other knee, and with his restored vigor, he kind of pushes it out of the way as you pass by and just barely whiff with the blade. Wait, did you boom and blade the guy?
Huh?
He hasn't moved.
No, okay.
Okay, sorry. I want to make sure. Arlo, it's your turn.
All right. I'm still not going to attack directly. I just want to start walking that way with my minuscule speed.
Whenever you do that, Burb says,
Yeah, I wanted
Arlo,
to turn to Burb and say, "Oh, come on, friend."
"Oh, come on, friend." And Burb will... what else do you do with your turn? That's all you're doing?
That's it. Me and Burb just slow walking.
Okay, Burb is going to walk up and
Explosions in the back and everything.
Burb, like a kid putting on his shoes as he's running out of the house to get into the car to go to school, is like hopping along and putting another bolt into his crossbow. And whenever he gets to the edge of his speed, he raises it up and fires again.
Nice.
Swang.
He is going to miss this time, though. He goes for the headshot, and he says, "Burb, thespian!" And the arrow whiffs and flies right into the nose of the troll. And the troll says, "Oh, there's that horse again."
Burb and I have the same speed of 25, I think. So I think we get like halfway there this round. So.
Yeah, we do.
We're closing in.
Grim, it is your turn.
Oh man.
As Burb looks at Arlo and says, "Sorry, Arlo."
Okay, hang on. I gotta find a thing.
Burb looks to you and says, "Sorry, Arlo," because he missed.
Oh, no, it's all right. You just tried your best. We're gonna get a little bit closer to see if we can't help him out.
I'm going to firstly cast upon myself Healing Word as a 3rd level spell.
Bonus action.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Get back 5.
8 health.
8
Yeah.
health. Nice.
Yeah, restored, and then I'm going to punch this thing 2 times in the knee.
Oh, I thought you were going for the genitalia again.
Again?
Not again. I thought we were going to come back to speaking about the genitalia again.
No.
As he's rolling up damage, I want to lean to Burb. Burb, I'm still not sure if this troll man is real or if he's part of the play.
Look real. Kill.
Look real, but I don't know. We're going to find out, though.
23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
13 damage.
Okay.
And a 10 to hit, man.
That's going to miss.
All right.
So 13 damage, you say?
Yeah, dude.
Alright, so which knee did you punch that time?
Right knee again.
Okay. So the same knee both times you punched?
C.
Okay. So yeah, the necrotic damage is now really eating through that skin. He says, "Oh my no, your bones! It really hurts him. He's not pleased by this. He is starting to slow down. That it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The 2 wolves. It's their turn.
Let's try number 1. That's a net 20.
Good golly. Everybody got them good rolls.
Yep. I'll do the damage.
Except for Brice.
And that's a 10 plus 5, so 15.
For what?
For the attack on the second one.
Did you do it with advantage?
I don't know. I didn't. That's a 17 plus 5.
You would have hit it both times.
Alright. So double damage on the first one, regular damage on the second one.
Yep.
Okay, both of them are still going for the legs. I mean, they're dire wolves, but, troll kind of tall.
So essentially you'll roll 6d6. Good
Right.
God.
So, 7, 8, 9 plus 3. So we're looking at 12 on the first one. And then 4 and 5, 9 plus 3, 12 on the second one.
Okay.
12 and 12.
Gracious. All right. So the 2 wolves. A lot of blood on Arlo's hands recently. The 2 wolves.
Hey, Arlo didn't do nothing.
The first wolf goes for the trolls. Seeing its weakness, goes for the Achilles tendon on the back of the leg that had been punched by Grim. Rips the Achilles tendon out from the troll's foot. He says, "No, mother!" And he falls backwards and hits the ground. And then the second wolf comes in at the neck and just gnaws at his throat until the blue blood is all over the wolf's fur. And the troll, and he flops to the ground. That troll's dead, y'all. You killed a troll.
Cool.
Pretty cool.
Troll death.
Arlo and Burb. Yay!
I'm going to heal myself with a Cure Wounds.
Burb says, we're all thespians. And then
I think so at this point, Burb.
Well, that was extreme.
That was
says
fun.
Yeah. Simon comes out from behind the wardrobe. He says, "Yes, that was extreme. I think everyone did a good job."
Simon, you coward. You
I
can't
did-
hide from me.
I did my part. What
You
do you
hid
mean? I
behind
did
a
my part
wardrobe.
just like the rest of you.
That's what you did.
Simon, where'd you go?
He
I
hid
was
behind
right
a
here
wardrobe.
fighting. I was fighting everyone. I was fighting the troll. I mean.
No, he was behind a wardrobe.
Yeah, Burb and I had a pretty good view as we were so far away. We didn't see you up in that fight.
I was inspiring you from a distance. Anyway, and Garl Glittergold says,
Don't believe him, Arlo.
"All right, everyone, calm down. We're not quite finished yet because Jack hasn't played the game." And the
You can do
wardrobe,
it, Jack. It can't be worse than mine.
the wardrobe opens up that the troll was in, and his dead body is sucked back into it, and then the wardrobe slides back over to the side of the room. And Garl says, "All right, you've picked."
Arlo applauds a little bit.
Thank you, Arlo. Thank you. The rest of you must be a little bit The rest of them must be stingy with their applause. But Arlo, I know that you enjoyed the show. Very well, everyone.
Arlo's winking.
Very good job. I'll clean up the floor with all the blood, do not worry. Susie, not so bad whenever things go wrong, but we do need Jack to play the game. And you all have chosen some very good choices, but there are still some good ones left. We'll have to see what he chooses. Come along, Jack, come along.
Jack looks pretty mortified by this because the other ones were just normal acting attempts. But now he sees that there could be anything stepping out of this thing.
And with that thought, thank you so much for watching listen to this episode of Dungeon Boys. Gosh, I love this game. Gosh, I love playing with you guys. This is really fun to record this show. Thank you so much for listening. Let us know how we can do better. If you're listening and you have some complaints, let us know what we did right. Follow us on Twitter at Tank Media Games. If you really love the show and you want to help us make it better mics, better recording stuff like that, be sure to go to patreon.com/tankmedianetwork to see how you can support us for as little as $1 per month, so we can keep doing what we love and you can keep listening to it. In the meantime, remember to share us with your friends, maybe write a review on iTunes, and last and most importantly, we love
Thank you, John Goodman.
John Goodman, if you're out there, good night.
Good night, and we love you very much. John Goodman.
Toodles.